of Augusta. We are at SteppingStones. Follow me, let's find out exactly what's up. And I have an appointment, I think, with maybe Jessica?
Yeah, I'm DJ. I'm the office manager. We were expecting you. It's so nice to meet you.
Oh,
if you want to just hang out for just a second, I will grab Jessica or Nancy, whichever one's available.
Okay.
And they'll come meet with you in just a sec.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. Hi there.
Hey, I'm Tina.
I'm Nancy. It's
Nice
to meet you.
Now, who are you?
I'm the nurse here.
Oh, okay.
So I handle all of the assessments, the nursing assessments for our clients, as well as on Wednesday evenings, we have a family session here. It's a family workshop that we offer free of charge to the entire community for any families of addicted loved ones.
Wow.
And that's Wednesdays at 6 p.m.
Wow, so that's open to everyone.
Open to everyone.
Now, do you direct that?
I do.
Okay.
Yes, we have lessons that we do for education, as well as a time of support with each other.
Wow, that's neat. That's awesome. Well, you are special. That is so good. Now, who are we going to talk with today? We're going to talk with Jessica?
You are going to talk with Jessica.
Okay.
All right.
You're leading me the way? Okay.
This is Jessica.
Hey, Jessica. I'm Tina.
Hi,
Tina.
It's so nice to meet you.
Yeah. Hey, how are you?
Hello.
This is Ken Wilson, our director.
Happy to meet you.
Wilson. Nice to meet you too. Nice to meet you. So you guys just hanging out in the big room down here.
That's right, just doing a little group therapy on each
Oh,
other.
there we go. I hope that's going well. Well, y'all want to sit down and let's
Absolutely.
chat, figure out how we can do this.
Why don't we sit in the corner?
Okay. Okay, so Jessica, tell me a little bit about you and how you came to be a part of SteppingStones.
Oh, sure. Well, Ken Wilson opened SteppingStones in 1997.
Okay.
And at that time, it was just a small outpatient office. He was actually his own secretary, if you can imagine that. And SteppingStones grew over the years, and in 2001, he became licensed to provide intensive outpatient services,
Okay.
which is kind of like a higher level of care for people that don't quite need inpatient, but they need more than just an individual counselor. So he started that, and I think it was 2001.
About right.
And then as soon as I got out of graduate school in 2003, I came on board to work for him.
Now, what did you study?
So I went to University of South Carolina for clinical social work.
Okay, fantastic.
Yeah.
And so who are y'all's patients? Who are your clients? Do you call them clients? Do you call them patients?
So we refer to our clients as clients in our policies, but when I'm working with them in group, I refer to them as my teachers and the experts.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So who are your clients? Who are they actually?
Sure. Primarily adults.
Okay.
And we work with people who have substance use disorders, mild, moderate, and severe. And we also work with people who just have mental health conditions, or people who just want to seek therapy for adjustment issues, marital concerns, depression, anxiety, things like that.
Okay. Fantastic. That's awesome. Tell me a little bit about the beginning, like what made you decide to do this, and you know, how was that vision birthed?
Well, Tina, I was a preacher for 14 years
Awesome.
before I did this.
Okay.
My master's degree is in divinity. And I was a chaplain at University Hospital.
Okay.
And I really connected with the alcoholics and addicts on the floors because probably unknown to most people, but 30% of all hospital patients are there because of some alcohol or drug problem.
Wow.
And if not them themselves, maybe they were hurt in a car accident by a drunk driver or something like that.
Okay. Wow.
And so I started having funerals for the addicts and alcoholics who passed away there. And the community just sort of, I guess, we just hooked in together, and we just synchronized, I guess, in our minds and souls. Besides the fact that I'm an old hippie. So, I was a college dropout. I went to college when I was 16, which is way too young. And so I took a couple of years hiatus and went to Miami because it was warm in the winter there for living outside and in my car. And so after I really connected with the Alcoholics and Addicts and found out I really had an affinity for that.
Yeah.
I decided to cast my eyes down to the alcohol and drug unit, and I would go down there, slip down there and talk to the people, and they offered me a job.
Wow.
And one time I asked the director, why did you hire me? Because you usually only hire people in recovery from alcohol and drugs.
Sure.
And even though I don't think I ever went across the line to become an alcoholic or an addict, I won't tell you my war stories, but I had plenty of them.
Sure.
I lost my driver's
We all
license.
do.
And I lost my license and took my rides in the police cars and all
Sure.
that, you know, what hippie hadn't. But so I went down there to work, and in just 3 years I became program manager of the alcohol and drug treatment program at University Hospital. And then in the early 90s, managed care came along, and you know what that is, limiting
Sure.
hospital stays
Right.
and so forth. And I thought to myself, you know, I can do this down the street, you know, just as well, for
Right.
a lot cheaper for people who can't afford this.
Right.
And so I went a mile from the hospital down the end of Wrightsboro Road and found an old crack house and bought it on my credit card.
Wow.
And pictures are out here in the foyer. And fixed it up, and we were there for 2 or 3 years, and we split at the seams, and so we went down to the end of the block, and I bought another crack house on credit from the owner and fixed it up real good. And we split at the seams down there and decided we really need a bigger place. So we built this facility in 2005.
Okay.
And since then, we've just expanded programs to include mental health, anxiety, marital issues, and so forth and so on. And you asked about our clients. Who do we have for clients?
Mm-hmm.
If you go to the average church service and took a camera and just panned the audience, that's who our clients are.
Yeah.
You wouldn't be able to tell who is and who isn't.
Yeah.
We deal with motivated clients here. If they don't fit in with what we do here, we refer them to somewhere else that they would fit in better.
Sure.
Because sometimes if you just have one negative soul, overly negative soul, of course, in treatment, it ruins it for everybody else who's positively motivated.
Sure. Sure.
So we have great clients and wonderful clients, intelligent people, and addiction, you know, is a non-discriminating disease.
Sure.
Equal opportunity.
Yeah.
And it covers every vocation, from doctors to preachers to lawyers to construction workers to unemployed, the old and the young. And you literally would not know the difference
Absolutely.
between our clients and anybody that you would see out at the mall.
Sure, absolutely. So, in a situation like this, what do you think makes people not come? Maybe Jessica, you might be the one to answer that.
Well, there are a number of things that can get in the way of someone coming to treatment. Sometimes people are afraid that they're going to be talked down to or told what to do.
Sure.
And I think people with a substance abuse problem especially feel this way because they're so used to being judged.
Sure.
And people with substance use disorders just have a lot of negative beliefs about themselves. They often feel like a failure, feel like they're never going to get it right, and they don't believe in themselves. And sometimes it takes a group and being around a group of other people who do believe in them to help them develop those adaptive beliefs that help them to change. Money is another big barrier
Sure,
to treatment.
absolutely.
And while we do take most insurance plans, some people have high deductibles, co-pays, and the average person cannot afford to pay that. So we do have some scholarship funds from time to time that can help people cover those costs.
Sure. That's good. Now, Ken, could you add anything to that?
Certainly, we call them barriers to treatment.
Okay.
And one of the barriers is people's work schedules.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, so we have 2 opportunities per day for people to come to treatment. We have a 9 to 12 in the morning, and then a 6 to 9 o'clock p.m. in the evening. And sometimes people switch around and have split shifts and shifts like that change.
Sure.
And they can switch from morning, evening to evening meetings.
Okay.
Back and forth.
So they're
that's
not
another
locked
barrier.
in. So
Correct.
if they shift, y'all
Correct.
can shift. So
Correct. And probably the biggest thing that keeps people from coming to treatment is that word denial. Because alcoholics and addicts wear a big D up here on their forehead, which they can't see, but everybody else can. Everybody else sees that they have a problem
sure.
due to alcohol and drugs, but they of course don't see it. That's what we call denial. It's not a lie, it's just that they can't see the truth about themselves like others can.
But you know, we all have those things. We all have those things
We
that
do.
we don't see or
we
we
do.
don't think is
You're
a problem
right.
with ourselves. It
We
doesn't
do.
matter the severity. I mean, some things can hurt even more than what we're discussing, you know?
Well, our nurse and I were just talking about this the other day because she got me to try a health app. And I told her once I started entering the food that I eat all day long, I had no idea that I didn't eat as many vegetables and fruits as I thought I ate.
Yeah, exactly.
I would have told anyone, oh yeah, I eat the healthiest diet. And once I started logging my food, I saw how poorly I eat
Right.
on a daily basis. And it really took that outside perspective to help me to see it.
Right.
So you're right, we're all guilty of that.
Right. And we just don't see it.
We don't.
We
It
just
takes
don't.
others, yeah.
But what brings people out of denial, of course, is two things. Number one, pain.
Sure.
People don't come to treatment unless they're in pain. It could be marital pain, vocational pain, legal pain, financial pain, any kind of pain like that. And most of the time, other people sort of inflict this pain on
Sure.
them to get them nudged into treatment.
Yeah.
Right.
And but it's fun to see that pain register on them. And the best teachers in an alcohol and drug treatment program are the other students.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Because that loving confrontation by
Sure.
somebody else who they know understands them, accepts them, believes in them,
Right.
and 4 or 5 people can truth tell and it will get through.
Sure.
Whereas one-on-one, it'll never get through.
Sure.
So it's fun to see them come out of denial and into reality. And sometimes it's not a pretty picture
Yeah.
to see what a mess they've made of their lives.
Sure.
But then we have guest speakers who come in and speak about how well they're doing. They come to our aftercare sessions, which our program covers. Yes, we don't want them just for 6 weeks. We want them for at least a year. And we have people who've been coming 3 and 4 years. When people leave the 6-week program, which is just the beginning, they come then to aftercare, which is once a week meetings on Monday evenings. And we call it a checkup from the neck up.
Yeah.
And it's just a place to come to talk about your troubles that week, or how successful you're that week, or if you relapsed, and get support from other people. It takes 3 things to get well. It takes the desire, it takes accountability, and it takes support. And you can't do it on 2 of those. You have to have 3.
Right.
And so we want our clients to be here at least 1 year, because it takes 1 year for the disease of alcoholism and addiction to clear up the brain. I wish I could show you pictures. I had one up front. But what alcohol and drugs do to the brain, and then to show you another picture of a year later, you wouldn't recognize it as the same brain.
Wow.
And that's the purpose of the aftercare follow-up program. Truthfully, that's the secret of recovery.
Yeah,
It's
absolutely.
long-term follow-up and practices and creating new habit patterns and thought patterns and new social support systems.
So when I hear you say a year, that sounds like a long time. I can't imagine how long it would seem to someone who is struggling with these issues that we're referring to. So how quickly do you see that seed of success start to happen with people? Like just as an encouragement, how quickly do you see when people come the very first time? Do you see that success then, or?
A year does seem like a long time. But the older I get, the faster it goes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You know, I think the first week is the hardest for people in treatment. And we've done studies, and 70% of our clients who don't finish treatment drop out in the first week.
Wow.
It's just really hard. Their sleep is off, their appetite is
Sure.
off, they're nervous about being around others. It's just a big adjustment. But once you make it through that first week, that first month is where they experience an opportunity to start feeling better.
Sure.
Once you pass a month, you enter 90 days, and you're really, really feeling good at this point. So I think after about the first 3 months, it's just kind of maintenance
Sure.
at that point.
Yeah.
And again, it's just 1 hour a week, and we give it free. We don't bill clients for it. We don't bill insurance for it because we don't want anyone to have an excuse to not come.
Sure.
Yeah.
And then Nancy was saying too about the Wednesday evening program. Is there any more? I mean, she just really quickly told me in the hall when I was coming in, because that's something that she is in charge of.
I did the family workshop on Wednesday evening, 6 to 7:15 for 15 years.
Oh, wow.
And it is so true that you need that support.
Sure.
And families need the help as badly as the clients.
Now, I was understanding that she was saying like that is community invited?
It's free for the community. You don't have to have a client here to come to that meeting.
Okay.
And a lot of times people come for 3 to 6 months before they're able to be strong enough to do an intervention for their loved one to get them to go get help.
Sure.
Because they're so codependent and so enmeshed in their lives and systems that they just don't understand. But after a few months, they really do understand. And again, their best teachers are parents and loved ones who have been there, done that.
Right.
Do
they need to call and, let you know they're coming or anything like that?
Just show up.
Just show up. And
Just
that's
show up.
Wednesday night at
6 o'clock.
6 o'clock. 6 o'clock.
6 to 7:15.
That's
right.
awesome.
And that's a free service too.
Absolutely.
And we have had
Yeah.
people coming for 3 and 4 years.
That's wonderful.
To be able
But
to
what
continue.
a group. I love that. That support system.
And sometimes the family needs the help as badly as the client or
Sure.
more, because the client is having a great time.
Right.
The families are the ones losing sleep,
Right.
losing money, losing faith in the community, and losing their soul, you see. Staying up late wondering where he's at, or looking down the road in the morning when he's coming home,
Sure.
and so forth and so on. The families are the one who lose the sleep, and are often hurting more so than the client themselves.
Sure. At least at first. Yeah.
Yes.
At least at first.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Well, let's talk about success real quick. Are there any stories? Obviously, we have to, maintain the integrity of the client, but are there any stories that you can think of that just come to mind?
I can think of several.
Okay.
In fact, part of my reason for still being here after 19 years is it's so motivating to see the clients change and grow, come back years later and tell us how well they're doing. I think some of my favorite stories are ones who've really struggled to get sober over and over and over again, and then just kind of finally get it, something clicks. Recently, I've had someone who, struggled in an intensive outpatient setting and needed a higher level of care, so completed that inpatient program and then came back here and was really able to practice all the skills in a real life setting. They're able to come here 3 hours a day, go home and practice coping skills. And after about a month, that increased their confidence so much that they got a job.
Oh, that's awesome.
They mended relationships with their family and friends, and
they're coming back
they're
to tell
coming
you all this.
back to tell us that.
That's awesome.
So it's so rewarding.
Yeah, that's great. It has been so awesome talking with y'all. Thank y'all for letting me come in and get to know what you do.
Our pleasure.
This is amazing.
Thank you.
Just in closing, is there anything that we haven't discussed that you feel like maybe someone needs to hear or someone needs to know?
Absolutely. I know we've talked a lot about addiction and recovery, but for about the past 10 years now, we've also been helping people who don't have histories of addiction.
Okay.
Maybe it's a family member, or maybe they just have some stress going on in their life.
Okay.
They have some depression, anxiety.
So just a broader range.
Broader
and
range.
obviously, since 2020, we have all had that.
COVID has definitely been hard on people,
Yeah.
and we've seen a number of complications from that. But we do have therapists here that work with people that have no histories of substance abuse
So
as well.
no shame in that game at all.
No shame.
Just
Right.
So they would just reach out to you guys, just
Exactly.
call and
yeah. We
and
do
that's
individual counseling, yes.
so made to order.
And we
stress made to order.
Yes.
Stress relief.
And we have a prescriber in our office too that
Oh, wow.
provides psychiatric treatment, and that's hard to find.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
really hard to
Yeah.
find.
That's huge.
Yeah.
That's huge. How about you, Ken?
I think I would like for our viewers to know that when we're talking about addiction and alcoholism, we're not dealing about dealing with bad people.
Absolutely.
And we're not dealing with just bad habits and somebody who drinks or drugs too much. We're talking about a brain condition. I want to show a picture.
Okay.
I may. So this is a picture of the PET scan of a brain.
Okay.
A potato chip size thickness scan of the brain, and this is what the chemicals in the brain need to look like.
Okay.
Like fluids under your automobile hood. You know, we have oil, power steering, water, brake fluid, and so forth and so on. This is the way it's supposed to be.
Okay.
So this is the family member's brain, okay? We call them the affected. And now let's flip over to the afflicted and see what we're dealing with. And then this is the picture of the brains that we deal with in treatment. And you see that chemistry is just not there, is it?
Right.
Here's the frontal lobe. And what goes on in our frontal lobe right here, two things. Number one, your conscience. And number two, the ability to make sound, rational decisions.
Right.
And you can see it's just not lit up. How many times you say, he does such stupid things when he's drinking or drugging, you know?
Right.
So it's just not lit up. But the good news is that this brain will get back over to this brain.
Okay.
This brain feels bad all the time. Just like you when you have 20 days left in the month and your paycheck's not there and your bills are due and all that, you know. This one here feels really good, driving down the road singing, oh, what a beautiful morning, oh, what a beautiful day, everything's going my way, you know. This brain feels like this brain when it's using alcohol and drugs.
Okay.
If they will just be patient for the first month or two or three, it's not going to feel as good as it's going to feel later on. But in about a year, and I say about, depends on the age, the drug, the gender, the family history, and so forth, this brain will be back over this brain. You wouldn't be able to hardly tell the difference.
That's awesome.
And so that's what we're dealing with. We're dealing with brain condition. We're trying to elicit some behavior that's good sleep, good eating, good socialization, good spiritual exercises, whatever that means for that individual. And no alcohol and drugs can come into this brain here.
Right.
Because it will slow this process down.
Right.
And what do I mean by drugs? I'm not talking about Motrin or vitamins. I'm talking about any addictive chemicals.
Sure.
And that's a chemical that speeds up the synapses or slows down the synapses, like alcohol or pot, or speeds it up like meth or cocaine. None of that can come into this brain. It will really slow this down.
Mm-hmm.
So they have to be 100% clean and sober in order for this process to work.
Well, this has been amazing. And you have educated me so much. Like, I just haven't had to deal with this, and thank the Lord. But this has been amazing. And I think what you have shown me, I think it's a lot more widespread than people realize. And also that the time to reach out is when you really don't consider it a problem. Am I hearing that right?
Absolutely.
When you're questioning if it's a problem, you're probably already needed to reach out. Yeah. So speaking of reaching out, how can people connect with you guys? What's the best way that they can reach out to you?
They can give us a call on our main number, which is 706-733-1935.
Okay.
And that's 1935. Or through our website, which is SteppingStones2Recovery.com.
Okay.
All spelled out. And you can actually complete like a prospective client application through our website. Email us any questions if you prefer to do that.
Awesome. Awesome.
Yeah.
And most people just give you a call, or?
Most people call.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how about a wait time? Is there any type of wait time to get in right now?
If you're wanting to come just talk about services, we'll get you in within 24 hours or same day if it's urgent. If it's just for regular counseling appointments, we can get you in within 3 to 5 days, depending on your schedule.
That's pretty quick.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, and oftentimes the same day, sure.
Awesome. Well, fantastic. Well, again, I thank you so much.
Thank
you
you
so much. I really appreciate it.
My pleasure.
Are you a small business in the Augusta area? If so, your business may qualify to be featured on the show. Highlight your products and services on television and social media to thousands of potential customers in the Augusta area. What's Up is the affordable way to advertise your business the way you want. Ask about additional ways we can help grow your business with different pricing and advertising options to fit every budget. Simply email us at whatsupcsra@gmail.com and let us know what you want to be on. We can't wait to see what's up with your business.
week on What's Up.
Place that people feel like they're set away. They're not in the middle of the city. They're set away in a place, that they're having a destination to go to.
Hear how a local theater group is building a new theater in town. We'll tell you where next week on What's Up. In today's visual real estate market, there is no better investment than professional photography and video. Roundtable Media proudly offers affordable listing photography, video tours, and drone services. Whether you're a real estate agent or selling your home by owner, give your home the attention-getting advantage you desire. So trust Roundtable Media to create a masterpiece worthy of a showcase. Schedule a service online or give us a call. Thank you, and we look forward to hearing from you.
Are you a small business in the Augusta area? If so, your business may qualify to be featured on the show. Highlight your products and services on television and social media to thousands of potential customers in the Augusta area. What's Up is the affordable way to advertise your business the way you want. Ask about additional ways we can help grow your business with different pricing and advertising options to fit every budget. Simply email us at whatsupcsra@gmail.com and let us know what you want to be on. We can't wait to see what's up with your business.